Hello farmers, as we approach the harvesting stage for the 2024-25 summer season, today we thought it prudent to bring you an update from the maize crop that you have seen from its inception, from its land preparation stage, which we established this season. So remember that this crop was once affected by the severe dry spell which was experienced in December, and now this is where we are. It's a beautiful thicket, but it also speaks to the importance of investing in the right genetics. So we did mitigate the effects of climate change by growing varieties that are in different maturity groups. So we established SC727, SC661, a medium maturing variety, and also SC555, the blockbuster early maturing variety. But this block where we are standing here is SC727, and as you can so rightfully see that the cob is quite large, it's quite attractive, and this particular cob, I removed it from this plant here, so as you can see right here. So we removed it so that we can also show you and talk about an important stage that you need to be getting into, especially for the earliest planted maize crop. We need to understand the traits that you need to look for in terms of the yield determinants in maize production. So we have the cob size, as you can see, it's an extra large attractive cob. We have the cob length, as you can see here. This is hitting the 27 centimeter mark, which is to say that it is quite long in terms of its length. Then we also need to talk about the high row number, which, as is the tradition, we're going to break and we can show you as well. So, as you can see here, if we are going to count together from this particular one that I've laid down, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's hitting the 16 rows mark, which is to say, on each particular row, if we get about 35 to around 40 seeds per row, then it also speaks to high productivity, and it also speaks to the population that we will have used. So it's very, very important for us to know the yield elements that are going to govern us getting a good productivity. Once you do that, you then weigh the 100 grain weight, and then you can also establish the yield potential of that particular area. So it's very, very important and very prudent. But nonetheless, how do you know that your crop is now ready to be harvested? We'll just remove one and check if we have reached the physiological maturity stage. So there we go. So you need to open the tip there and check if you are seeing a black cake or a black layer. So, as we can see here, as I am removing, so the black layer that you are seeing here is the one that symbolizes that physiological maturity, the stage at which the accumulation of dry matter ceases has been reached. So we are now at physiological maturity, but that doesn't mean that you need to start harvesting at physiological maturity, because at this stage, the moisture level will be at around 30 to 35%, depending on the area of production. So you need to let the crop dry down further until it reaches a moisture level of the desired storage moisture of 12.5% up to around 13, 14%, some even 15%, because sometimes you need to be also fighting other forces like theft that might be happening. So it's very, very important for us to understand this. But nonetheless, we are going to take these samples for a proper moisture test, where we are going to test using a moisture meter, and yes, tell you some of the cultural methods of measuring moisture tomorrow. Stay tuned as we bring this forward.